I could tell you about Cody, a teenager, a student, who in this 2-year journey was bullied and carried a lot of shame in his life, showed up at the Denton campus for the first time going to church and walked in and never encountered that kind of love in his life from the people in that place, and Jesus, and encountering and experiencing the love of Jesus in his life. And Cody learned that Jesus took the robe of shame so he could have the robe of righteousness, and he met Jesus, walked through the waters of baptism, and today he's living free. I can tell you about a man named Brandon who never knew the love of a father in his own life. Didn't know the love of a father. He came to this place not knowing God, and the Father's love was poured out into his life, and he realized that he's not an orphan anymore, but he has a good father who loves him, and he's now a beloved son. And he met Jesus and walked through the waters of baptism, and today he's using his gifts and his talents to advance the kingdom of God. I can tell you about Scott and Cyndi, a couple who had been married together for a long time, and they happened to be neighbors with somebody who went to this church. So their name was written down on a somebody card, and it's poured in the concrete under the seats that you're sitting in. Somebody's sitting on top of Scott and Cyndi's name right now, even as I speak. And they wanted nothing to do with church, nothing to do with God, but they had a neighbor who went to Valley Creek Church who believed that God could reach their somebody and invited them to come to church. They showed up at the Denton campus reluctantly, just kind of walked in, not really wanting to be there. And Jesus reached in, grabbed a hold of their hearts, changed their world, and next month they're getting baptized as a family, and their whole world is changing. That's a snippet of what God's been doing in these 2 years, because God responds to our faith.